When I first saw the lines of people going in and out of the methadone clinic here in Rutland, I cried. I just felt so bad. I saw each individual with an invisible ball and chain around their ankle in such a desperate state that it just drove home the fact that we do need to come together as a larger community.
And what was once only found in the darkest alleys of our biggest cities is now since passed regularly in broad daylight in neighborhoods all across America. When you look at Vermont, the problem got so bad there that the governor there, Governor Peter Schumann, spent his entire State of the State address talking about the crisis regarding heroin.
The president's address tonight will cover a world of subjects, but one state governor decided he would talk about just one crisis when he gave his State of the State address to his legislature. The crisis is heroin. The state is Vermont.
The governor broke with tradition yesterday and devoted his entire State of the State address to drug addiction.
Really, this is the issue that nobody wants to talk about.
The crisis that I'm talking about is the rising tide of drug addiction.
I had so many Vermonters from all walks of life, saying to me, you know, my son, and I've lost my son, we've lost our family to addiction.
I was working with an individual who had to go for maintenance medication. And the first day I brought him in to the clinic, my heart just sank. There are over 400 people a day just in the little city of Rutland who come in and have to take this medication. I saw young people, old people. I saw women with children, men bringing babies with them. Some people came in Cadillacs, some people walked, some people rode a bike. It just broke my heart to think that we have 400 people. And the problem throughout the state is much worse than this.
The first year that the Winter Cafe was open, I volunteered, and I got to see Linda working when she didn't even know she was being watched. And she does what she says she's going to do, and she is everything that she puts out there in the community. There's what you see is what you get.
If you did meet Linda, you would almost not believe it. She knocks on doors of some of the most challenging families in the city. It's an amazing thing to watch. In some ways, it's almost magical. She just touches people at a level that not many people can get to, and it's very inspiring to see it.
Linda and I had no idea when we started the Dream Center that the building would eventually grow to house various programs. Teen Challenge, they're working with addicted men in the community and getting them off the streets. Narcotics Anonymous meetings where people get a chance to come in safety, in security, in privacy. Troll House, which is another new program that links people to the services and cuts out the red tape. These are just a few of the programs we're doing. In November, we do an annual Kids and Family Day event that draws over 300 people together where kids in the community get a chance to do ice skating free. They have hot dogs, hot chocolate. We get merchants to donate some small gift cards and prizes. And the kids go away with just this wonderful, wonderful feeling. And it brings families together for a day. I might add, best of all, it's free.
Then we have Once Upon a Christmas in December that we started 2 years ago, and that is such a huge hit. So this year will be December 16th, and it will be a Christmas party for kids. And every child will go away with a Christmas present, a bag full of Christmas cookies, and Santa Claus will be here, elves will be here. It'll just be a really fun time for them.
I'm Mike Bouffard, and I'm with the Ministry of Teen Challenge Vermont. The first time our ministry was introduced to Linda Justin in the Dream Center was back in January. Richard Welch, who's the director of Teen Challenge Vermont, had a great vision for the Rutland County area and wanted our ministry to have more of a presence in an outreach here. We needed a central hub to begin the process of getting the homeless and addicted off the streets of Rutland and into our facility. Since being involved with some of the day-to-day operations at the Dream Center, I have come to love their sheer devotion to not only Rutland, but to humanity in general. Being at the Dream Center has been the platform of what has afforded Teen Challenge several opportunities to connect with Rutland in a deep and meaningful way. and we look forward to many more years of partnership.
About 7 years ago, my son and I were looking for services for him. He had addictions, he'd been in and out of prison, and at this point, when we were looking for services, could not find what we needed. We went from one agency to another, and no one seemed to be able to give us the direction that we needed. About 6.5 years ago, my son died of addictions, of an overdose. So at that time, I decided that the only thing I could do maybe was to help people get the services that they need instead of having to go to agency and the bureaucratic whatever. At that point, I decided that I would like to be an informational hub, a spot where people could come and be able to find what their needs are and connect them with the services that they've needed. A lot of these people are people that have fallen through the cracks, people that are hard to make that connection on their own, and have gone, like my son, from agency to agency to agency, and it just didn't work for them. They've gotten discouraged, they've given up, and I'm trying to give them and help them that there is hope, and hopefully help at least one person not having to go through what we went through.
A new report says on any given day, more than 2,800 people are homeless in Vermont.
It is imperative when an agency is working with a participant or someone who is homeless or at risk of losing their housing that they know they have a community. And the Dream Center is a community. It's a community that is accepting. And they are so hopeful that people receive the services that they're eligible for and entitled to. And the Dream Center advocates, and a good advocate to me is someone who understands both sides and builds a bridge to the middle.
We see the center as a bridge in terms of bringing people together who are sometimes just invisible in the community. They're the people that nobody cares about.
I often feel that people with substance abuse issues don't get a fair shake. I feel that they are looked at as menaces in society. What people have to stop and realize is they're people, whether they have an addiction or not. They are human beings. They have feelings, they have needs, and they need help.
Because the government agencies can only go so far, they can't go any further, we take them underneath our wing. We do not get government funding for that reason. We never will. So we rely completely upon the goodness of individuals to not only give of their time, their talents, their energies, themselves, also their finances to help these individuals get on their feet and become viable citizens. This is exactly why Project Jabez was created. Every winter, homeless people in Vermont freeze to death from living outside.
In Vermont, as of November 2016, there are over 6,000 people on opiate addiction maintenance statewide. 11 people overdosed in the town of Brattleboro in just one day.
Regrettably, the problems don't stop there. Vermont domestic violence organizations respond to over 12,000 incidents of domestic abuse annually. Between 1994 and 2010, over half of all homicides in Vermont were domestic violence related. Domestic violence has both a profound and lasting effect on children, as traumatic memories can remain vivid all the way into adulthood.
According to the Vermont Department of Corrections, recidivism rates have not gone down in the last 10 years.
Perhaps saddest of all, homelessness and drug addictions are often major issues for those who have made sacrifices for us all, our brave veterans.
Because of the failures of the system, People in these situations too often fall through the cracks of society, but there is hope.
There's one woman there in Rutland, Vermont, who isn't waiting around, waiting for the government solution. She's reclaiming her community on her own, one block at a time.
Succinctly, Project Jabez works to bring those who need help together with community members who want to help in a caring and non-judgmental environment.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Sabrina. Not so long ago, we were homeless, drug addicted, and living in a tent. I've been using for 17 years, and thanks to the Dream Center, I finally have the support network to work on my fears, anxiety, and depression.
My experience with the people at the Dream Center and Project Jabez has been remarkable. They are very kind, compassionate, and trustworthy people who value the lives, goals, and aspirations of others.
Even the strongest families need concrete support and strong social connections. And one of the things that Project Jabez does is bring all kinds of people around families in need.
I became involved in Project Jabez because I understand that public resources are stretched thin and cannot address the disparate needs of those who often need help the most.
I lost my son David to drug addiction in 2011. I became involved in Project Jabez to help people become free of the need for public assistance. These individuals, like my son, too often fall through the cracks of an overworked entitlement system.
The answer to every problem is found in the problem itself. Just like a weather plane flies into the center of the hurricane to collect data, we must be willing to get our hands dirty.
Tom and I both know we've made mistakes.
The people at the Dream Center and Project Jabez have helped us start down the road to a new life.
Here at the Dream Center, we're all volunteer driven. No one gets paid.
We have about 20 volunteers, different people who come in and give their time, their energy, their services.
My name is Nikki, and the reason I volunteer at the Dream Center is because I enjoy interacting with people. I can't imagine doing anything that would give me better satisfaction than working at the Dream Center.
I recently began to volunteer here at the Dream Center because I believe very much in the efforts that this community is making.
Establishment's a worthwhile cause here in Rutland, and there should be more of them. Hope more people come down here to eat and to get some counseling too, if necessary.
I like coming to the Dream Center because only love is spoken here and everybody's very kind.
My name is Donald St. Laurent. Started coming here several months ago with my wife Lori. And through Voc Rehab, they put me on placement work here for a work study. I love working here. For that matter, my time ran out at Voc Rehab, and I'm still doing it as a volunteer because I love the people that I work with, and it's a great establishment. And I can't believe all the people that they help here.
Hi, my name is Mark. I volunteer cook at the Dream Center. I've always enjoyed cooking, and it's my way of showing empathy and compassion for people in need. It's one way I can do my part. Oh, but for the grace of God, there go I.
We were so fortunate that this gentleman who had been coming to the center had these skills that he redesigned our entire website. What a talented individual, and we were just blown away by his ability to take something that was so difficult for us and make it such an attractive site. We've had so many compliments from friends and from people in the community about this.
Linda isn't governed by anything other than her passion to help people. There's no funder that Linda has to be accountable to. So her assistance is truly from the heart and is full of love. I have seen her and the folks at the Dream Center guide people, have just sat and listened. It's an extension of a family. They're holding people accountable as a family would hold people accountable, and they're accepting.
You know, the Dream Center does something that no other organization does, and that is we're not funded by the government. So we're not shrouded in these ridiculous regulations that say what you can or can't do.
Right.
We find a need with a person or in the community, and we respond with love, compassion, and caring.
In order for us to continue providing the services that we offer here to the city of Rutland, we need your support. Thank you. The Dream Center is a 501c3 organization and does not accept state or federal funding. So all of your donations go directly to support the Dream Center, and they are fully tax deductible.